Ever listened to a song and thought, wait, was that a secret message? Like, maybe the singer is trying to tell us something? Or how about when you're watching a movie and you notice something weird in the background and you're like, hold up, was that supposed to be there? It's like our brains are hardwired to find these little mysteries. Today we're diving deep into the rabbit hole of hidden messages in popular songs and movies. We're talking about the stuff most people never notice, but once you see it, you cannot unsee it. It'll totally change how you listen to your favorite songs and watch your go-to movies, I'm telling you. From secret meanings in hit songs to movie Easter eggs hiding in plain sight, let's dive into the craziest hidden messages in entertainment. Okay guys, buckle up because we're starting with music legends. The Beatles. These guys are not just famous for their incredible music, but also for the mysterious and cryptic messages hidden within their songs. These guys were basically the kings of hidden messages. From their early days to their final albums, they always kept fans guessing. Seriously, their songs are riddled with weird sounds, backwards lyrics, and all sorts of cryptic stuff. It's like a treasure hunt for music lovers and conspiracy theorists alike. It's like they wanted us to spend hours analyzing every note. And trust me, people have done just that, diving deep into every possible clue. So there's this huge conspiracy theory surrounding the Beatles that's like straight out of a creepypasta. It's one of the most famous and enduring theories in music history. Have you guys heard of this? It's called the Paul is dead theory. It's been around for decades and still fascinates people to this day. Basically, it claims that the real Paul McCartney died in 1966 and was replaced by a look-alike. This theory has so many layers and supposed evidence that it's hard to keep track of it all. I know, right? Sounds crazy, but wait till you hear the evidence. It's enough to make anyone question what they thought they knew about the Beatles. People have spent years analyzing Beatles album covers, song lyrics, everything. They believe every detail holds a clue. They say there are clues hidden everywhere. From the way the band members are positioned to the smallest details in the artwork, like on the cover of Abbey Road, Paul's barefoot and out of step with the other Beatles. This has been one of the most talked about clues. And he's holding a cigarette in his right hand, even though the real Paul McCartney is left-handed. Fans believe these details are not coincidences, but the craziest evidence has to be the alleged backwards message in Strawberry Fields Forever. This one really sends chills down your spine. Fans believe that when you play a specific part of the song in reverse, you can hear John Lennon saying, and this is where it gets really creepy. I buried Paul. It's one of the most famous examples of backmasking. It's super faint and kind of distorted, but once you hear it, you can't unhear it. It's like a ghostly whisper that sticks with you. Like seriously, it's gonna freak you out. This is the kind of thing that makes you question everything. Dude, I'm getting chills. Did you hear that? It totally sounds like I buried Paul, right? It's so creepy. It's like a hidden message from beyond. So, was John Lennon sending a secret message about Paul's alleged death? Or was it just a coincidence that fans have blown out of proportion? Or is it just a weird audio illusion that our brains are tricking us into hearing? It's amazing how our minds can play tricks on us. I don't know about you guys, but I'm leaning towards creepy. Whether it's real or not, it's definitely one of the most fascinating mysteries in music history. Alright guys, you know, I love a good conspiracy theory, and it doesn't get much bigger than this next one. This one has been around for decades and has sparked countless debates and discussions. We're talking about Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven, one of the most iconic rock songs of all time. A song that has transcended generations and continues to be a staple in rock music history. But here's the thing. Some people believe it contains hidden satanic messages. Yes, you heard that right, hidden messages that are supposedly satanic in nature. Yeah, you heard that right. Satanic messages. It sounds like something straight out of a horror movie, but some folks are convinced it's real. They say when you play certain parts of the song backward, you can hear evil, demonic voices whispering all this crazy stuff. It's like the song has a dark secret hidden within its notes. I know what you're thinking. Are you serious? Satanic messages in a Led Zeppelin song? It sounds too wild to be true, right? Trust me, I was skeptical at first too, but then I heard the reversed audio. And it's actually pretty creepy. It's like something out of a supernatural thriller. This whole thing started back in the 80s when religious groups claimed that rock music was full of subliminal messages that could, like, corrupt your soul or something. They were convinced that rock music was a tool of the devil. And Stairway to Heaven, because it was like the rock anthem, became their prime target. It was the perfect example for them to use in their crusade against rock music. So there's this one specific part of the song that everyone freaks out about. It's the part that supposedly contains these hidden messages. It's during the guitar solo, and Robert Plant is singing about a woman who's, like, buying her way to heaven. The lyrics are already pretty mystical and open to interpretation. Play reversed audio clip of Stairway to Heaven. But I'm warning you, it's a little disturbing. If you're easily spooked, you might want to skip this part. It sounds like gibberish at first, but then, if you listen closely, you can hear phrases like, "Oh, here's to my sweet Satan, and he will give you those with him." It's eerie how clear these phrases can sound. See what I mean? That totally freaked me out the first time I heard it. It's like discovering a hidden layer to a song you thought you knew so well. Now, Led Zeppelin has always denied these claims. They've consistently said that there's no hidden agenda in their music. They say it's all a bunch of nonsense and that the satanic messages are just random sounds that our brains are interpreting as words. It's a phenomenon known as pareidolia. But even if it is just a coincidence, it's still super creepy, right? The idea that our brains can create these messages out of random sounds is fascinating and a bit unsettling. Like, what are the odds that those exact phrases would appear when the song is played backward? It makes you wonder, is it just a trick of the mind, or is there something more to it? Chapter 3: Disney's Dark Secrets Revealed. Okay, so we've talked about hidden messages in rock music, but get this. Some people believe there are subliminal messages hidden in Disney movies and songs. Yes, the very same movies we grew up watching and loving. I know, right? Disney, the happiest place on earth. It's hard to believe that such a magical place could have a darker side. It seems crazy, but hear me out. Disney movies are full of hidden details and Easter eggs. These little surprises are often fun and harmless, but some people think there's more to it. Like, animators love to sneak in little references to other Disney films or even hide Mickey Mouse ears in the background. It's like a game for the viewers to spot them. It's all very innocent and fun, but some people believe that Disney is hiding something darker, subliminal messages designed to manipulate our minds. Could it be true? One of the biggest examples is in the movie Aladdin. This classic tale has a scene that has sparked a lot of controversies. When Aladdin and Jasmine are on the magic carpet ride, there's a scene where they fly past a window, and for a split second, it looks like the words, "Good teenagers, take off your clothes," appear in the dust clouds. It's a blink and you miss it moment. Disney claims it was just a mistake, and that the animators never intended to write that. They insist it was a simple misunderstanding. They say the actual words were "good teenagers, take off and go," which is like, way less scandalous. But the debate continues. But come on, Disney, that's a pretty big coincidence, don't you think? It's hard not to be a little skeptical. And the Aladdin thing isn't even the craziest example. There are plenty more where that came from. There are tons of theories about hidden sexual imagery in Disney movies. These theories have been around for years and show no signs of going away. Like, in The Little Mermaid, people say you can see a phallic symbol in the castle design. It's one of the most talked about examples. And in The Lion King, some people swear they see the word sex spelled out in the dust clouds during one of the scenes. It's a moment that has been analyzed over and over. I mean, come on. A phallic castle? It's almost too bizarre to believe. Sex in the dust clouds? It's enough to make anyone do a double take. Is Disney trying to brainwash us with hidden messages? Or are people just looking too hard for something that isn't there? It's a question that keeps coming up. I'm not saying I believe all of these theories, but they do make you think. But I gotta admit, some of them are pretty convincing. It's hard to dismiss them entirely. It makes you wonder what's really going on behind the scenes at Disney. What secrets are they hiding, and will we ever truly know the full story? Chapter 4: The Shining Kubrick's Moon Landing Confession. Alright guys, get ready to enter the mind of a cinematic genius and possible conspiracy theorist. We're talking about Stanley Kubrick, the director of the horror masterpiece, The Shining. Now if you've seen the movie, you know it's not for the faint of heart. It's full of creepy twins, blood gushing from elevators, and that creepy kid riding his tricycle around an empty hotel. But some people believe that The Shining is more than just a horror movie. It's a secret confession that Stanley Kubrick helped fake the moon landing. I know, it sounds completely bonkers, but the evidence is actually pretty compelling. Like, the movie is full of symbolism and hidden messages related to the moon landing. For example, Danny, the little boy with psychic powers, wears an Apollo 11 sweater throughout the movie, and in one scene he's playing with toy cars on a rug that looks suspiciously like the launch pad for the Apollo rocket. But the biggest clue, according to conspiracy theorists, is the room number that Jack Nicholson's character becomes obsessed with, room 237. You see, the distance between the Earth and the Moon is approximately 237,000 miles. Coincidence? I think not. Some people believe that Kubrick was hired by the government to film the fake moon landing footage, and he felt so guilty about it afterward that he filled The Shining with clues as a way to confess his sins. Kubrick always denied these claims, but that hasn't stopped conspiracy theorists from dissecting every frame of The Shining for clues. And honestly, after researching this, even I'm not so sure what to believe anymore. Chapter 5: The Pixar Theory. Every Pixar movie is connected. Okay guys, who here loves Pixar movies? Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo. They're all instant classics, right? But did you know that every Pixar movie is secretly connected? Yeah, you heard me right. It's called the Pixar Theory, and it's blowing people's minds. The theory states that all Pixar movies take place within the same universe, but on a different timeline. It sounds crazy, but once you start connecting the dots, it actually kind of makes sense. Like, think about it. Boo from Monsters, Inc. is obsessed with finding Sully again, and she even has a drawing of him on her wall. Well, guess what? Years later, a Sully-shaped carving appears in the witch's workshop in Brave. Could it be that Boo grew up and became a witch who learned how to travel through time to find Sully again? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are connections everywhere. Like the Pizza Planet truck from Toy Story appears in almost every single Pixar movie. And in Up you can spot Lotso Huggin' Bear from Toy Story 3 at a little girl's birthday party. It's like Pixar is leaving us little breadcrumbs, inviting us to solve this giant puzzle. Now Pixar hasn't officially confirmed or denied the Pixar theory, but they have said that they enjoy seeing fans come up with these elaborate theories. So is it just a bunch of coincidences, or is there something more to this Pixar theory? I don't know about you guys, but I choose to believe. It just makes watching Pixar movies even more fun. So, did these blow your mind? Or do you think some of these are just wild fan theories that got out of hand? Honestly, I'm still freaking out about that reversed audio from Stairway to Heaven. It's amazing how much deeper you can go with movies and music when you start paying attention to the details. It's like there's a whole other layer of meaning hidden beneath the surface, just waiting to be discovered. Drop a comment below with your favorite hidden message in a song or movie. Maybe I'll feature it in the next video, who knows? And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more crazy discoveries and hidden gems.